Well, hello my loves, how are you all today? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Silvina, and in today's video I'm going to share with you some tips on how to avoid being overdressed or underdressed for any occasion. So with that being said, let's begin with today's video. Okay, so tip number 1 is to check the dress code. So the easiest and simplest way to know how to dress for an event is to check what the dress code says. It could be ranging from like super casual to white tie, going through more business casual or smart casual, informal, and even black tie. By the way, I have a specific video talking about the 5 general dress code types. I will leave it up here if you want to check it out. So dress codes are sometimes spoken or unspoken fashion rules that dictate if something is appropriate or inappropriate to wear for a specific event or activity, and they also help you to pay respect to the people attending and organizing the event, so they will be incredibly helpful when knowing or trying to know what to wear for an event. If you're not familiar with the event or the activity, the invitation will probably state the dress code, but if it doesn't, you can always ask the person that invited you or the person that organized the event. And if that cannot happen also, you can always call the establishment and ask them. Okay, tip number 2 is to do your research. If none of the previous recommendations has been helpful to you, you can always do your own research and Google like the establishment or the event or something like that. There's probably most definitely someone that has already done the activity or gone to the event that you want to go, and they took pictures and they uploaded it to Google or the internet. So yeah, just Google. It will at least give you some ideas or, help you figure out the environment of the place. You can also take a look at pictures and see what people are wearing that are already there in the event or in the activity or whatever it is that you're going to attend. So your perfect outfit will be somewhat along those lines. Also, it is super important and necessary to do your research if you're going to participate in an event that is not a part of your culture or that you're not really familiar with, because different cultures have different dress codes, and what may be appropriate in your culture may not in another one, and vice versa. So yeah, please do your research. Okay, tip number 3, and this one may be a little bit funny to all of you, but is to use your common sense. I know that sometimes common sense is the least common of all, but I think we all have the ability to somewhat generally guess what we can wear for different events to avoid being overdressed or underdressed. Like, we can have a rough idea, We all know that for work, you're not gonna dress in sweatpants or in a ball gown unless it's required, but usually it's not. But we all know that it will have to be something in between depending on the level of formality of your job, but it's not either of the extremes, or that you won't go skiing on summer clothes or, to the beach on winter clothes. That that's the type of common sense that I'm talking about. Like, we can all think logically in that sense. Well, I know not every single person on earth, but generally we can all have a little bit of common sense in that regard. So think about the occasion and then translate it into an outfit that your common sense tells you it may be appropriate. Once you have a general idea, you can go into more specific details with what I said in the previous points. If it's a work related thing, you will go for a more professional outfit, or at least like a smart or business casual. If it's a more formal event, you'll go probably for a long evening dress, or even like a cocktail dress could work depending on the level of formality of the wedding. And this also applies to colors. Like, for example, you're not gonna wear white to a wedding. Like, your common sense should probably tell you that, but it will be common courtesy to wear black to a funeral in Western countries. You get what I'm saying. First apply common sense and then polish up the details. Okay, tip number 4 is to put together versatile outfits. Okay, if you have absolutely no idea what to wear and you have no way of finding out the dress code, and you search on the internet and you have absolutely 0 references, which I doubt, but okay, let's pretend that is the case. Then use what I just said, common sense, to put together an outfit that is maybe around the margins of what you imagine that it will be appropriate, and then put together some outfits that are versatile enough that if you have to remove or add something in the event, you can do so easily. For example, you can never go wrong with a little black dress, since it's a piece that you can easily style it up or down. Then you can, for example, take with you a blazer to make it a little bit more professional and put together if it's necessary. And you can take with you in your bag some stilettos in case you have to style up an outfit, or take some flats on the contrary if you have to do a lot of walking. overdressing. Or you can carry with you some jewelry or statement jewelry in case you have to make an outfit a little bit more formal. Or on the other way around, you can take it off if it's too much. So if you don't know anything about the event, make sure that you put together flexible outfits with versatile pieces that can be changed on the spot with minimal adjustments if necessary. Okay, number 5, and this one is kind of like maybe my personal opinion, but I personally really think that it's better to be slightly overdressed than underdressed. But let me make a disclaimer here, because it really depends on the activity that you're going to perform. Because for example, if you're going hiking, you seriously don't want to be overdressed. Like, it would be so uncomfortable. But if we're talking about, you know, like normal everyday situations, I personally think that it's so much better to be overdressed than underdressed, because being underdressed, it will make you feel uncomfortable and like you don't belong, and that will downgrade your whole confidence. Oscar Wilde famously said, "You can never be overdressed and overeducated," and I completely agree. I personally prefer a million times to be a little bit better dressed than the rest of the people than being like the worst dressed in the room. The worst thing that could happen is people giving you a bad look, and that could happen anyway even if you're dressed appropriately, and it will be so far worse if you're underdressed. So I personally think that it's a lot better to be safe and go slightly overboard. But to finish off this video, I want to give you a little bit of a reminder that no matter what the dress code is, remember to always keep your style alive. There's no use to be like extremely appropriate with the dress code if the outfit that you're wearing is not you and it doesn't reflect your personality and you don't feel comfortable in it, because at the end of the day, that will show, and that will be far worse than being overdressed or underdressed, I promise. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about this topic. I would love to know. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications down below for more fashion and lifestyle content. And as always, I will leave the links in the description box of all of my social media so you can go check them out. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. Ciao, ciao!